You're already gone. Not dead. Worse. Absorbed. Digested. Converted into data points and predictive models and targeting advertising demographics. You think you're watching this video. You're not. You're inside the video, inside the algorithm, inside a machine so vast and invisible that you can't see it even when it's all you can see. Right now, this very second, you're being processed, analyzed, categorized. Your attention is being extracted like crude oil from the earth, refined into engagement metrics, and sold to the highest bidder. And the beautiful, horrifying truth? You helped build the machine that's eating you alive. Every click, every scroll, every harmless choice you made fed the beast until it grew large enough to swallow you whole. Welcome to the belly. Let me show you around your new home. It started innocently enough, didn't it? You just wanted to stay connected, see what friends were doing, share some photos, watch some videos. I'll just check for a few minutes, you said. That was 6 years ago. Now you check your phone 78 times per day. You know this because you looked it up once, felt horrified for approximately 40 seconds, then immediately checked your phone again. But here's what you don't understand. Those 78 checks aren't habits. They're symptoms. You're not using your phone, you're feeding an addiction that was engineered by the smartest minds of your generation, people who understood your psychology better than you do, who built a perfect trap disguised as a gift. Stop. Right now. When did you last check your phone? Be honest. Was it before you started this video? During this video? Are you checking it right now while pretending to listen? Feel that itch? That little voice saying, just a quick look. That's not you. That's the algorithm using your own brain against you. It trains you like Pavlov's dog, except you're the dog, the bell is a notification, and the treat is a microscopic hit of dopamine that feels like connection, but is actually isolation wrapped in a blue glow. Let me explain what happened to you. Once upon a time, you had interests, real ones, things you discovered organically, books you found by chance, music you heard from a friend, ideas you stumbled upon through random curiosity. Then the algorithm arrived. Let me help you, it whispered. Let me show you what you like. And it did. It showed you things you liked, then more things you like, then only things almost exactly like the last thing you liked. Your world shrank. Not obviously, not dramatically, just gradually. One recommendation at a time, one curated feed at a time, one personalized experience at a time. Until you were living in a perfect echo chamber, custom built to your exact specifications, showing you only reflections of yourself, confirming only what you already believed, entertaining only the tastes you already had. You call it knowing what you like. The algorithm calls it behavioral confinement. Here's what the algorithm stole from you. Boredom. I know that sounds insane. Who wants boredom? But listen, boredom is where creativity lives, where imagination grows, where you're forced to generate something from nothing because there's nothing being fed to you. When was the last time you were truly bored? Not frustrated, not waiting, truly, deeply, mind-wanderingly bored. Can't remember, can you? Because every microsecond of potential boredom is immediately filled. Waiting in line, check your phone. Sitting on the toilet, check your phone. Eating alone, check your phone. Falling asleep, check your phone. The algorithm eliminated all the empty spaces where you used to become yourself. Now there's just content. Endless, infinite, perfectly calibrated content, optimized for engagement, designed to keep you scrolling, engineered to prevent any moment of silence where you might accidentally think an original thought. Try something. A real experiment. Put your phone down, not near you, in another room, and sit. Just sit for 5 minutes. No music, no TV, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. Can you even imagine doing that? Feel the resistance rising in your chest, the panic, the urgent need to grab the phone just in case. That's withdrawal. You're an addict.
The algorithm is your dealer, and like any good dealer, it gave you the first hits for free until you couldn't imagine life without it. Let's talk about your feed. You think you're scrolling through content. You're not. You're being scrolled. The algorithm is moving you, testing you, learning from every micro movement of your eyes. It knows how long you look at each post, which images make you pause, which headlines make you click, which emotions drive engagement, which triggers make you share. It knows you're more likely to engage when you're angry, so it shows you things that make you angry. It knows you compare yourself to others, so it shows you people who seem more successful, more attractive, more happy. It knows you're tribal, so it shows you enemies to hate and allies to defend. It's not showing you reality, it's showing you a carefully curated nightmare designed to keep you engaged, outraged, afraid, and coming back for more. And it works. Boy, does it work. You're different now than you were before the algorithm. Don't pretend you're not. You know it's true. Your attention span is shot. You can't watch a full movie without checking your phone, can't read a book without skimming, can't have a conversation without drifting. Your opinions are more extreme, more certain, more angry because the algorithm doesn't reward nuance. It rewards outrage, conflict, taking sides. Your relationships are shallower. You have more friends and less friendship, more connections and less connection, more communication and less communion. Your sense of self is fragmented. You're not one person anymore. You're a collection of profiles, each performing for different audiences, none of them actually you. The algorithm didn't just change your behavior, it changed your brain, literally, neurologically. The pathways that fire together, wire together, and the algorithm made sure the pathways of addiction, distraction, and superficial engagement fired over and over until they became superhighways. You're not who you were, you're who the algorithm made you. Here's what you don't want to hear. You know all of this already. Every word I've said you thought before in those quiet moments, those 3 a.m. realizations, those brief flashes of clarity between dopamine hits. You know you're addicted. You know it's changing you. You know you should stop. But you don't, because knowing and doing are separated by an ocean of carefully engineered psychological manipulation that your willpower is no match for. Let me tell you about the people who built this cage. They're not evil. They're brilliant Stanford graduates, MIT PhDs, the best behavioral psychologists money can buy. They studied gambling addicts, slot machine designers, cognitive biases, neurological reward systems, and they weaponized everything they learned. The pull to refresh mechanism? Literally modeled on slot machines. The variable reward schedule keeps you pulling that lever, hoping this time you'll hit that pad. The endless scroll designed to eliminate stopping cues. No natural endpoint, no moment where you think, okay, I'm done. Just more, always more. The notifications, red dots that trigger your primate brain's threat detection system. Must check, might be important. The autoplay removes the friction of choice. One video becomes 50 because starting costs more energy than continuing. Every single feature is designed to exploit your psychology, to bypass your rational mind, to turn you into a user in both senses of the word. What did you give up for this? Time, thousands of hours, hours that you could have spent creating something, learning something, connecting with someone real. Present. You're always somewhere else, now physically here, but mentally in the feed, at dinner, but checking likes with friends, but watching stories. Privacy. The algorithm knows things about you that you don't know about yourself. It knows your insecurities, your fears, your desires, your schedule, your location, your relationships, everything, and it sells that knowledge to anyone with a credit card. Autonomy. You think you're making choices. You're not. You're responding to stimuli, following suggestions, dancing to a tune you can't hear because it's pitched at a frequency that bypasses your consciousness. Reality. You don't experience the world anymore. You experience a curated, filtered, algorithmically optimized version of the world designed to keep you engaged, not informed, entertained, not enlightened. Ask yourself, when did you decide this was worth it? When did you consciously choose to trade your attention, your time, your mental health, your relationships, your privacy for what exactly? For content? For connection? For entertainment? You didn't decide. The decision was made for you. Slowly, incrementally, one small compromise at a time, until you woke up one day completely inside the machine. But I control my usage, you say. Can you? Then do it right now. Delete the apps, not just close them. Delete them, all of them. If you know that panic, that's not love of the apps, that's addiction. But I need them for work, you say, for staying connected, for information. Really? Or have you been trained to believe you need them the same way a prisoner believes they need their cell because it's the only world they remember? You think you control because the algorithm